The deputy director of the Defense Intelligence Agency said at a forum yesterday that al-Qaeda-affiliated groups are gaining strength in Syria. They've grown in size, capability, and effectiveness. Does that change your argument, which has been very fierce, for more U.S. help to these rebels, since, by the way, now the most effective rebels appear to be al-Qaeda?
Al-Qaeda is coming back throughout the Middle East region and North Africa. Look at what's happening in Iraq and unraveling there. You can only judge this on the basis of the facts. And the fact is, there's no United States leadership in the Middle East. There's a vacuum there. And when there's a vacuum, bad people fill it. And that's what's happening all over the Middle East. Now, is Syria specific? Of course. Jihadists are flowing in from all over the Middle East.
And by the way, from Europe. Reason for us to stay out?
Well, if you think that doing nothing, that the situation will improve, and no one that I know that knows Syria believes that, and I would argue that our failure to assist these people who are struggling for the things we stand for and believe in has exacerbated this problem dramatically. Look, this brings us a little bit to Russia, but it's an unfair fight, Candy. It's an unfair fight.
Lots we have the Russians. Unfair fights sort of take place across the nation.
The Russians are all in. Hezbollah with 4,000 or 5,000 troops. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard. It is now erupting into a regional conflict. It was not that at the beginning. In the 1930s, we had a thing called the Spanish Civil War, that when it came to become a proxy fight. This is now becoming a proxy fight between different interests in the Middle East and outside of the Middle East, including significant involvement by the Russians, while we sit by and watch these people being massacred. A year and a half ago, I asked when we were going to intervene when 7,000 have died. Now 100,000 have died. A year from now, there'll be another 100,000 who have died. And we sit by and watch this happen and don't think that lesson is lost on all the other countries in the region. And it's a disgrace.
I want to ask you, move you on to Russia, but I also want to ask you if you have any reason to believe that the administration is coming around to your very forceful opinions on this.
Well, we had a meeting with the president, Senator Graham and I, this week, and he gave us an opportunity to engage in a discussion on the issue, and I hope that at least the options are being explored. But believe me, Candy, the Middle East is erupting into conflict which will sooner rather than later, affect American national security interests. It is a huge problem. And you see on Iraq unraveling, Afghanistan, we have huge problems there, all across, and not to mention Egypt. The heart and soul of the Arab world is now in a situation which could lead to chaos for a long period of time.